Hello and welcome to a special Foundations Rules Update video. My name is Serge. Foundations is an entry-level Magic set designed to provide a common base for new and experienced players. All of Foundations' mechanics are well-known returning mechanics, so rather than focus on those, I wanted to instead talk about 3 rules changes that are coming with the set. To help ensure that players of all experience levels can equally enjoy Foundations, cards in the set will include extra reminder text. Reminder text appears on cards in italics and helps to explain how abilities and mechanics work. The extra reminder text is only for Foundations. However, the next 2 changes will be updating the rules of Magic going forward. With Foundations, some non-functional changes to card templating are being made to make rules text easier to read. The biggest one is reducing the usage of a card's name in its rules text. Instead of a card's name, you'll see phrases such as this creature or this spell, depending on the card's type, subtype, the nature of the ability, etc., etc. Some exceptions will exist. Most notably, legendary permanents will continue to use their name, or in some cases, a shortened version of their name. The previous 2 notes weren't that big. This, on the other hand, changes a lot. Combat damage assignment order is being removed from the game. This is one of the biggest changes to how combat works since damage on the stack was removed in Magic 2010. Instead of having to put multiple blockers into a specific order and then dealing damage to them in that order, players will now be able to simply assign combat damage amongst those creatures in whatever manner they choose. There won't be any time for any player to take actions between the time at which damage is assigned and the time where damage is dealt. Here are some examples of how these changes affect combat. If an attacking 3/3 was blocked by 2 2/2s, after blockers were declared, the blocker used to have an opportunity to use a combat trick to save the 2/2 ordered first. Under the new rules, this is no longer possible. The blocker must choose which creature they want to survive combat first. It's no longer possible to get your opponent in this scenario. Experienced players will note there are no changes to priority here. You can still respond after blockers are declared. There just isn't that small extra advantage that can be gained through knowing how blockers would line up. Death Touch still largely works as you'd expect, but with one change. If an attacking 3/3 with Death Touch was blocked by 4 2/2s, previously, players would know that the last blocker ordered would be the one to survive combat. Under the new rules, players will learn which blocker survives combat as combat damage is dealt. Trample is unchanged under the new rules. Creatures with Trample still need to assign lethal damage to all creatures blocking them before assigning any excess damage. With these changes, I'd like to remind you to take your time and read the cards. If you're ever confused as to how something is supposed to work, don't hesitate to call a judge. Thank you very much for watching.